We've got some time to
Oh, the
talk.
tier
Ari
list.
banned away, but none of these bans are going to be surprising.
I'm surprised about the Alawi ban. Is Dark Jedi an Alawi enjoyer?
Yeah, Balawi, as well as really seen a lot of success on Mordekaiser, and then we're going to have a lock ban out almost certainly into Clone, Mr. Lock and Load himself. Ari taken away, Ari and Renekton target bans against Hope and Gemsy. And then we'll probably see a Riven ban last, but we have seen the answer to Riven is just Cho'Gath, which is a LCC staple.
Yeah, they take that Ivern away. I will say I'm not surprised at all at Jimsy banning Alawi. I know the guy, a lot of good champs, a lot of carry champs. All of them are trash into Alawi. So that is a necessary ban for Jimsy to be able to play the game.
Frosteye, leave the man's hairline alone. Matt looks fantastic.
Oh, no, it's bad. I'm not going to lie. Don't expose me, but I'll put it on camera for a second. It's okay.
Who's got a quick link to the bald meme where you just stand there with your hand on your shoulder and like it's time?
No, see, but this is the thing. My hairline's going, but nobody can tell because I'm 6'3". I'm exposing myself today.
I can't see it. I thought it was
all you guys down there. You're yelling up at me about my hairline, but the noise is getting lost in the wind. So,
fine, Scion's passive.
Anyways,
will bring it back. Oh my god, Scion's passive gonna revive the hairline, and then it'll just fall apart again even faster. That's brutal. It's hard to watch it go twice. Am I right?
Right, I'm getting away. That's
is a great. I'd say a pretty good R1 R2 pickup. They're a lot well together, in my experience.
Yeah. Well, we see another Caitlyn pick. Sorry, I got distracted there. See another Caitlyn pick. I've already voiced my opinions on that champ. They're not good. Never fun to play against Caitlyn as a top laner if they can get fed. So we'll see how Cross can do on that. But I like the Sedge pick into Smolder, Wukong. Good drafting so far. Nothing shocking. And looks like Shadow is going to pick up Rakan.
Ooh, I love this Cyclone Rakan combination. The Wukong Rakan damage combo is CC combination is going to be so good if they can throw Mom and some explosive Smolder shots over the top. But the Sejuani Caitlyn Leona also a terrifying engage. So both teams having a go button on deck.
Well, with Sejuani as well, I mean, that is a lot of CC and engage. I'm not sure exactly how you can play around that if you are not kiting very well. I guess Smolder's pretty good kiting champ, but still.
PJ, I didn't even run the first Gamba, so I know that I for sure did not. What is happening? What is up with its prediction? It keeps trying to...
Taking Nasus out of the game. I'll keep talking about the draft while you lock in whatever's going on over there. They're going to ban Orianna and Nasus as well. Oh, pretty good on the Orianna. He was my first round pick, season 2 OG. Do not regret that. Great guy, great player. And I have this memory of him taking this. He put the Orianna sphere on Whisper. Whisper flashed. He activated the sphere hard. Ezreal over it from Bassoon, and we like wiped the entire team. So
yeah, the sombrero ball delivery because he didn't believe in his command attack placement. That's why I like to put it. But it was a highlight. Go check out those season 3 highlights.
Yeah, we had 2 big highlights. One against us, one for us, because we also had the Azir shuffle from Lucky. Anyways, who do you think they're picking here? What are they missing?
Yeah, so we're searching up for a mid laner, top laner. Both solo lanes available across the board. Cho'Gath to make sure that Riven isn't left open. I think this makes a lot of sense. And the Cho'Gath Vorpal Spikes pair very well with Sejuani's passive, able to get that Frostbite locked in. And so I imagine we're going to see Gemsy's answer, but of course we have to see both the mid and the top locked in for the Bucks.
Doesn't he just pick Mord here?
Don't know that Gemsy plays Mordekaiser. I think he does.
You have to play Ornn. Oh, okay.
So still laying on the top of the CC. So I imagine we're going to see a bit of a damage pickup here for Hope. Syndra is up. I would say pick Syndra, right? I don't know why you wouldn't.
He might go Ari. There's a band. No,
So
they banned
Lux,
Ari
there's
first.
the
My
other
bad.
option. I was thinking about Lux, but yeah, I think Syndra just makes a ton of sense knowing Hope's champ set, but Lux going to be able to throw that laser, throw the Lucent Singularity over the top of that, all that CC, and it's just going to be such a big focus on bursting down whoever they find. It's going to be trying to throw the Cyclone, throw the laser, make sure that they get eviscerated. But with tanks like Sejuani and Cho'Gath, it's going to be difficult to do so, and then Locke coming in here for Kwon.
Ooh,
So stay locked and
the
loaded, baby. He
namesake.
gets the pickup.
The namesake coming out in the LCC. I love it. At least he didn't pick Yorick.
Okay, let's get our prediction in for the featured matchup. I don't think I just didn't do predictions for the first one, so we'll live with it.
Yeah, what are you thinking, boss? Who do you think has the edge here?
It keeps telling me there's an active prediction event. Who did this?
By the way, I'll keep going while you're looking into that. I did not realize how insanely bad this matchup is for Cho'Gath. I mean, it is bad. Like, this is really difficult to play. It kind of makes sense now that I'm thinking about it, because Ornn has CC immunity.
It sucks.
That is going to be tough. But overall, champ still scales. Obviously, Ornn is the super hard scaling champ. I feel like this is a pretty even draft, though, overall. I think the one thing that's kind of out of place, to be honest, is the Locke. I think Locke, he's such a strong early game champ, and then you have him with Cho'Gath and Caitlyn. But Locke is, like, primarily early mid, isn't he? He falls off, no?
So that's what happened. For some reason, I couldn't see the prediction from before. So Clone, I think, made the prediction, but then I was unable to see it. But I gotta fix that. Sorry, can you say again?
No. I was just saying, I feel like it's a pretty even draft, but I just feel like Locke is kind of out of place in this team, to be honest. I mean, he's such a strong champ early mid game, but then you have Caitlyn and Cho'Gath who are waiting till like late mid game and late game before they get really strong. And yeah, especially with the Cho'Gath into this Ornn, like, he's not going to be power spiking early. It is going to be the long game for him.
I think it's going to come down to, can Clone find these side angles, and can they make an opening for him? Caitlyn's going to need to drop them low. Cho'Gath, Sejuani, Leona kind of all function as setup for Locke and Caitlyn to be able to knock them down. But Locke never wants to be starting out a team fight. He wants to be cleaning up those kills and moving in after, like, the CC has already been blown. But there is such an abundance of CC on both sides to be able to stall out these team fights, make sure that people don't go down quite the way you want them to. So I'm really going to be watching to see what picks these teams can formulate out of the scenarios here. But let's take a look at where these junglers are going to be going, where the lanes are going to have early action. Locke has the ability to use those steel nails to try to set up some electrocute poke. It kind of functions a little bit like Echo, but not quite. And I think Locke does scale more than he is an early game champion. But of course, his numbers were just quite high. I'm not sure if he got hit with another nerf this time around. But I think Lux, just keeping your distance, using that shield intelligently, should be able to play quite well. You just don't want Locke to be able to catch you out on a roam and get on top of you. Wukong and Sejuani in the matching up in the jungle duels. I think I want to give the advantage to Sejuani in the very early game, and then I think it's going to go over to Wukong and then end up back with Sejuani as the tank items come through.
I think that Wukong's going to have a hard time into this match, or this comp too. Like, how does he get through Cho'Gath, Sedge, and Leona to get on top of Locke, who has 16 dashes, and Caitlyn, who's going to have traps and also a dash as well? It's just, and he's not going to deal tons and tons of damage. Even if he beats Sejuani 1v1, I mean, they didn't draft the 1v1 comp. They drafted a team comp.
That's true. But I think it's going to be a matter of patience, because that Cyclone and the Warriors Trickster do allow for a lot of repositioning. and we'll have to see if that can make all the difference. As we get
Right.
onto the Rift,
Exciting stuff.
remember to hit plus, and we will let it roll until we are live. And we are in onto the Rift for Game 3, our featured matchup of the evening, BCB into Freljord Frost. Fortunately, still zooming forward. No level 1 action going to break out. An interesting red ward from Lock and Load there, Mr. Clone himself. Still zooming forward now. About a minute and 10 seconds.
Yeah, what's your timestamp on right now?
16, 15, yep. We'll just keep going until we are both synced. Unless action breaks out, in which case I will slow us down so we can take a look. But it's just trading happening for now. These early levels, and there we go. Caught up now at 140. Snare in, and there's a fight breaking out between Hope and Locke.
Yeah, big trade in the mid, and
Why did it...
he's going to get out alive. That's impressive.
Yep, Lucid Singularity not going to quite connect, and then no cooldowns left for Hope to be able to try to chase further. Taking that shield level 2, let him be able to win that trade and force out the flash from Clone.
There's a gank topside as Sejuani Whittle is coming in to gank Jim Z, and he's going to interrupt his dash forward, but not sure. Oh, the timing of the rupture is going to pick up Jim Z, and at the same time in mid lane, Hope is going to get jumped on by Lock and Load, Clone, the GOAT himself, and it's going to go down. So in a really quick succession there, 2 kills. I'm really impressed by that Cho'Gath rupture, actually. That was really well timed. I mean,
great timing. The second that Unstoppable finished, knocking him up with the rupture. And then Clone able to find the punish onto Hope, knowing that Barry's already down.
Into there. To be honest, I mean, like the interrupt from his charge from Widow Guy was practically frame perfect at the edge of a minion, and then on top of that, the rupture as well. I didn't see as much what happened mid lane, but 2 quick kills over to the Freljord Frost. Definitely a strong early advantage for the slight underdog team.
Moss calling
we have some
action over to support him.
We have some action in the boss side jungle as Wukong is going to dash within the pit and have to flash over. They're on top of Kalka now. And Lock and Load, Clone is there. He's able to get there in time, but not able to make anything happen. All 3 are able to get out from that skirmish that happened with the Scuttle Crab. So Wukong's down flash from that, but Sedge also used his flash. So kind of a net even, if you don't consider the Scuttle Crab, which the first 2 Scuttle Crabs are super important. Did he get both Scuttle Crabs there? He did. Wukong's up 2. No,
first
no
scuttle
way.
has the other scuttle has yet to have been taken. It's really a heads-up play out of Whittle Guy and the side of the Frost to defend his jungle. After that early gank topside, you see Moss rolling over, and they know that after picking up that blue buff, they're going to have to tussle at the scuttle. So bringing his team over, and then overloading even with Clone flashing over the, or not flashing, jumping over the Dragon Ball. But now we have continued action at the Raptors. Whittle Guy discovers Moss trying to pick him up, will secure it with a smite. And now he's got to escape.
Not sure what he can do.
Run. He's got no flash available. He's used his Trickster and will be run down. So it's another punish from the side of Whittle Guy and Clone.
It's tough. It's 3-0 Freljord Frost, and Ace, or Inferno, Shadow Kitten, and Most all burn their flashes for that Scuttle Crab. So, you know, it's... And now Kalka's going in and putting some vision potentially down by Raptors, so, you know, they can keep track of Wukong. Now they know he's topside if they're thinking about it. So Jedi, hopefully going to play around that. Possibly Whittle Guy too. Whittle Guy's super aggressive jungler.
We mentioned that Cho'Gath into Ornn in this topside matchup, Gemzy into Jedi, is a rough one for Cho'Gath, and so Cho'Gath not maxing out Vorpal Spikes, instead picking up a Doran's Ring and an Amp Tome, and maxing out the Rupture. So even if you unstoppable the Rupture, the damage still connects, and oh my goodness, yeah, Locke is a cool hero. Just face tanking all of the damage, and then coming out with a health lead. Wow, that's neat.
That's neat is a way to put it. It's always the new champs, Riot.
It typically is. Zenith Blade connects.
Dark Jedi in top lane. Ooh, just misses the Rupture. We're also seeing some action on Raptors.
Yep, Moss.
And Moss is going to give him all.
really just
Attempted
Clone
engage from
moving
both
around
support
with Little
spots.
Guy. And then we've seen a roam out of Kalka to set up that vision and allow them to know that it's available. And then to finish the play out. So Little Guy really making good moves with his team, rotating down here to the bot side, trying to find a
He's
gank.
getting this gank. Yeah, he's going in, and he's not going to get anything, just some damage. Leona's going to die. Kalka goes in, he dives, but there's nothing to follow up because there's no minion wave, and he's 2 shot from the tower, putting a strong case forward to move up in the tier list. I'm just kidding. Sorry, that was
making a case for the tier list. You mentioned before he left for the cast that he was had a chance to go for the tier list. This is his one that he gets. He's getting it out of the way early. And yeah, that's a whoopsie he's going to want back. A little Zenith Blade under the tower. And at least it's not later in the game. It's just a quick one now. And that's really the quickest way to reset. You get back to base so much faster, but Kalka back out on the map now looking for hope.
True that. What a good death. He's able to roam mid from that death, and also in terms of confidence, like he's shown his team that no matter what, he's willing to go in. And, you know, Leona usually dies level 1. He waited 5 levels. So can we be disappointed? I don't think so. I'm impressed.
No matter what happens, he is willing to go in. That's right. Kalka's still got his Ignite available, so rotating back down. We'll collect this experience with Cross. Both of our bot laners, both sides for bot lane, still level 5, waiting to pick up that ultimate. And Hope, moving forward as he picks up the Lost Chapter, should be able to clear from safety. And Locke sitting at 2 takedowns. We have a fight in the top river.
Clone took the scuttle. He dashed and took the scuttle, but we have Jim Z coming with a charge on the left side, and they're able to take down Whittle Guy. So Whittle loses the scuttle, he loses a smite battle, and then also Jim Z is able to turn and roam over. And that is the power of Ornar. And it's just, it's like having a Scion Unstoppable Force. At the same time, Clone's going to go in a bit in the mid. Not really anything going to come from it, but yeah, no, having that support from Ornn in the top side is just so huge, and they're able to come out really.
But also Shadow Kitten early on the roam, able to support the jungle, where earlier we've seen Whittle Guy get the support of the bot lane and Clone, now turned around and punished for it. No neutral objectives picked up quite yet, but both teams have their eyes on the top side. But Most moving down with Wukong into the bottom side of the map. We have Shadow Kitten picking and Cross picking up level 6 first. And I think Dragon may be where we see our next action collide.
Where do you think... Kalka's going to... But nothing to get from it except some return damage from Bubble from Smolder. And a couple shots from Rakan as well. What do you think is going to happen on this Dragon fight? Do you think that who do you give the edge to here?
I think the team that sets up first is always going to have an advantage in these, but goodness gracious.
Actually, looks like Whittle's giving. He started in grub top side, so.
Hope has
and
that
I don't
barrier,
blame him.
So not going to be full health for this objective fight unless they're able to buy some time for him to reset. So Ping's down now.
But Dark Jedi June is going to come over. He's going to get it. Oh! No, he went for the R to get the stat. Okay, but we have a fight bot side. Ace flashes out, and lock and load Clone flashes in. He's going to throw the ult down. It's still going on. Not much happening, though. Not much to contest. Jim Z's TP'd bot side.
Everybody is now here, all 5 for both teams.
I don't even know where to look. There's so much happening. All in the center, massive spark going through the entire team fight, followed up by a ginormous Ornar potentially. He misses it. He missed the charge. And because of that, they're going to be able to go in. But Clone is diving in, and he's not able to deal enough damage to kill anyone, and then he gets picked up. What is happening? This is... I'm confused.
Shadow Kitten is on the run, will be run down, and Hope is trying to escape as well. Zenith Blade not going to drive under the tower this time. Inferno managing to escape on the back end of that fight, and really just quite an amalgamation of action over the top. I think Most with the Cyclone trying to set up for the rest of the team. Hope hits the laser over the top, but then I think the Rupture from Dark Jedi canceled Gen Z's second R2 to be able to hit the Call of the Forge God, hit a triple Rupture blind, I want to say, into that Tri-Brush. Of course, Rupture giving vision, but goodness, what a team fight. I wish we
Okay,
could watch
well,
that one back.
I have to expose Dark Jedi in this moment of peace because I don't know if you saw it, but he went to Grubs. He roamed over to Grubs to get an R stack. They killed the second Grub, reset the HP, and he R'd the second as they were resetting the HP, and he missed his R by 100 HP. So he dropped an R. He dropped an R on the Grubs, and Jimsy dropped his R in the team fight, and they're
Hang on, we got an
0-2.
gank mid coming here. Kalka and Whittle Guy finding Hope out. Clips will connect, clone down in onto him, and Whittle Guy picks up the kill.
All right, I'm locked back in the present now. I just had to expose him on that because that gave me a good laugh, and I'm not sure if it was caught on the stream. Whittle Guy's going to start dragging bot side. At the same time, Jimsy is fighting Dark Jedi of Doom top side alongside Most. He has
not quite up. Smite down for the slow. Jimsy looking for the wall bounce, but he's really just playing Warden to make sure that Jedi can't get out. Wants to, it looks like, give over the kill to Moss, but now just picks it up with the Q. Quick little rupture of his own, as it were.
And ends up being Dragon for topside kill and push. And with 18 seconds on Dark Jedi of Doom, Jimsy might have time to take a plate, lose a bit of tempo, but he could pick up the next wave through a proxy. Jedi does not have TP up, so we'll see how he handles that. But meanwhile, we got some action over by Raptors, and instantly dropped. Hope goes down as Whittle rotates over to provide that CC, and Clone, he's actually not that weak. He has 2 kills and 4 assists, 82 CS, and he just one-shot Hope.
Yep, Glacial Prison is going to lock down that kill immediately. Clone able to hold on to his Ignite and pick up the, what do we even call it? The helmet? I don't know, the skull off the end of his play. And dumping the wave into the tower now. Hope is going to have to be very cognizant of these sides anytime that there's no vision available, because it's just so easy to pick out a Lux. Anytime Flash is down, a Glacial Prison is going to secure a free kill there, and I think he may want to transition into just hard clearing the wave with Lucent Singularity and even sometimes ulti. Most here in the top side trying to find Dark Jedi again.
I don't think they'll be able to kill him, but actually, they're going to just completely one-shot him. I am so wrong. That is a lot of damage that early. At the same time, there's an attempted engage bot side.
Kalka, you don't want it. Little guy on the backup, but he is spotted out in this tri-brush, going to just to go ahead and walk deeper in. And yeah, Kalka, you gotta stop throwing those Zenith Blades at the tower. But, Dark Jedi of Doom is playing Rupture, Max, Proto Belt, and so all of that tank that you think is up there, it's a bluff. You have to tell yourself he's got no armor. He gets destroyed when there's actually damage focused in on him. It's all a bluff.
He got through. Yep, you're so right. I totally did not think about that. You are the official
Moss
top
looking
laner
for
here.
a push in onto Lock.
But can they do anything? Does
quite yet. He may have been spotted on that Raptor sword.
What? He just threw nails at him. I thought those didn't deal damage.
Oh, they do.
What?
It's cool, and you can also cast them really fast, or you can hold them for a while. Like he's such a neato character. Glad to see him get nerfed a little bit here and there. And yeah, the damage burst from the nails and the passive is so high in combination with Electrocute, and then even the Ignite that we see him rushing just straight up. What I can't even think of what it's called right now. Why am I blanking? Can't think of it at the moment. Matt, hover over it.
Well, I will say. Oh, what is Storm Surge?
Yeah. Okay, go on.
Storm Surge. Yeah, he rushed Storm Surge for the Magic Pin. I actually think that is super interesting. I'm pretty sure Locke does not have built-in Magic Pin to an insane degree, which is why he starts to fall off. I could be wrong on that. So Storm Surge. There's a fight breaking down potentially, but they're gonna back away. It's just a contest over blue. So it's 4v4 here with the ADC still on bot side. Jim Z is going to take some damage there. But again, nothing giving. He's going to throw back the Ram.
Yeah, Call of Forge got out, connects over on the clone, but nothing else to be taken. Teleport's coming out now. We have the engage heating up at the blue buff. Gemzy is here. He's already burned his ultimate, but he finds a knock-up onto 2. Laser will land as well. Almost no damage from it. That looked like a bug. Bind onto 2. 4 here for the Bucks, fighting into the 4. Ooh, but it's a double kill on the turnaround from Clone. And this lock pickup, we've seen it banned out in earlier weeks. And he's finding a lot of success on it. We can see why he made it his namesake, 4, 1, and 4 on the pickup. Same as Whittle Guy, who has also been leading the charge with these rotations. Always ready for the action.
You know, that's a shocking amount of damage because before that, he really was not that far ahead. I mean, 1,000 gold is a lot, I guess, but still, he's just out damaging the Lux by so much. But I do think that it's not lost because this Lock champ does not carry as hard after 30 minutes. And Lux is going to scale super duper well.
I don't think I agree with you necessarily, but
you don't think
is
so?
Definitely leaning into a very early game build. This one, I think, looks like he wants to be able to get in there and provide the biggest burst he possibly can and then drop his Zonias. But I think Locke can really push towards 3-4 items and then find himself able to, like, absolutely eviscerate the backline. I think his early game is kind of just... His numbers are crazy, but I think his actual early game kit is not that great. Just, man, the numbers are ridiculous.
Some damage in. Oh my gosh!
What is that? And the red buff ticks it down. He doesn't even use
He threw
Ignite.
3 nails, and I think 1 empowered auto, and Storm Surge, and killed Ace there.
Like, I'm aware he's got 5 kills. He's got 9 takedowns total, but that was silly. And Locke
He's a one-shot
looking for
champ,
another
and
one
Hope's
now,
dead too.
and it's another one-shot onto Hope. Gotta make sure that Dark Seal does not get stacked up. 10 stacks onto Lock and Load. Here, 6, 1, and 4, 10 takedowns, 12 kills on the board for his team, so he is making the most of the time that he gets to pick up his champion.
You know what annoys me about this Lock and Load champ, too, is not the one-shot potential. It's the fact that he one-shots you and then dashes and regens all of his health, like...
Yep, and you pushing down towers. But we will have to see how things progress. There is a Seeker's Arm Guard picked up already from Clone, so watching to see how that resolves. Will he be able to go in big for a team fight, get everybody to look at him, and then turn it all around with a well-timed Zonias?
Well, tell me what you think. What's the path back into the game for Freylord here? We're seeing a collapse, actually, and Whittle is behind the turret, but he can just walk back out since the Herald's still there.
So we have Moss and Gems on the top side looking for a pickup, another pickup on Dark Jedi.
They're going to get it. Oh, he autoed the tower, and he's going to die for that.
Ooh, you gotta turn on that target champions only, and Dark Jedi also is still standing. He doesn't have Grasp, I don't think.
And his passive is going to make him unkillable here. There's no way that Jimsy... And he probably still has... No, he used R to get Moss there.
Oh, you're right. It wasn't Grasp healing. It was the Carnivore passive giving him the HP from killing Moss.
Yeah, Cho'Gath has an insanely underrated sustain kit. Him and Garen are 2 of the strongest sustain champs in the game. I can't believe he didn't try and kill him there, to be honest.
Yep, no ultimate. Decides to just back off. Doesn't want.
Well, what's the play here? What do you think Freylord Frost can do to get back into this?
Well, Freylord Frost are in the driver's seat, so I think they gotta do nothing. But I think the Bucks really need to make sure that they stop. You got to stem the bleeding. You need to make sure that when you're walking out, you are no longer walking out into Dark Vision alone. We are playing for Inferno. Let's get a quick check-in on our stacks. We're sitting at 139, 19 minutes of the game, so we're not feeling great there. We need to really buy another 10 minutes to feel good. And so it's going to be trying to buy time in any rat way that you possibly can. Hope being engaged on.
Whittle is behind Inferno and Kitten, and what can they do?
Yep, just try to evade, try to get what they can. Cross is here. They've got so much damage over the Eclipse being dodged out. Inferno's being flanked by Clone, though. 1 auto, 2 auto, 3 in an Ignite, and he is down. Teleport in from Gemsy, followed by Dark Jedi of Doom. They will arrive to the team fight, but it's already been secured by the Freylord Frost, trying now to dive, find these last pickups. Ace in the hole, or Ace in the hole being blocked out by Gemsy will save, protect Shadow Kitten. Hope respawning now as the Freylord Frost rotate over to Baron.
It's tough. It's tough. Maybe a final spark can go over Baron and somehow steal it, but with Dark Jedi of Doom having his ult up, I can't remember the name, Consume? I don't know how
Feast.
they can steal it, to be honest. Feast.
Yep, it would really come down to trying to throw a Lux Laser and just catch them slipping, but realistically there's no steal to be had here. And I was gonna say that like just using the Lux to be able to clear the wave safely from a distance is a great option for them. They're trying to feed as much gold as possible into Inferno, try to accelerate this stacking. We're at 154 now, 21 minutes into the game, so we're quite a bit behind the power curve that we're searching for as a Smolder player. But man, Clone's damage on Locke is insane at the moment. And in addition, he's just picked up his Medjais. He's got another, his Aether Wisp for even more move speed. Shadow Kitten yoinking the blue buff, so that'll be nice for her. And we've got, yeah, it's just a really rough spot. It kind of comes down to they need to do anything possible to buy another 10 minutes. Most on the rotate up to the top side of the map, trying to find a pick out on Dark Jedi. They've got a lot longer ramp to be able to look for it this time around. Call the Forge God in. Silence not going to connect. And Gemsy secures the kill for his team. Eclipse lands down onto Inferno, cleanse out immediately. Nicely done. Will dodge out the Zenith Blade, but the tower still going over, and Whittle Guy looking for the flank. Blown in his pocket as well. Ford bearing down on mid lane with the Baron buff.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what I would do if I was in Jimsy's shoes here. And as a top laner, it's so tough playing behind when the other ADC, the enemy ADC, is so strong as a tank.
Yep.
But
he builds into magic resist first, which with Clone being so strong and laning in a Cho'Gath makes absolute sense. Now immediately itemizing into armor. I think that Most and Gemsy are doing what they needed to do. If they don't need to absolutely be there to defend mid to make sure they aren't losing the game, it's scrimp and save and steal every little piece of gold that you possibly can. And it's a nice cancel here on the Moss, but he should be able to escape. Turns around, and this has got to be an LCC overstay if they decide to commit to this fight. Kalka is here. Eclipse just coming out
as well. Coming from the bot side, he throws.
Oh, but the Eclipse connects.
Nothing.
That's a feast stack for Jedi.
And he's getting slowly bigger. This Cho'Gath, despite being the counterpicked here, is it's getting strong over time. You can't stop Cho'Gath from scaling forever. Level 15. How many stacks is he on?
7 stacks.
7 stacks, so not ahead of schedule, but definitely not behind.
You'll have to check for me if you want to see what the split on the type of stacks he's picked up is. Whittle Guy finding a little steal onto the Wolves. Perhaps a little dangerous, but has his team nearby enough with Moston on the Gray Screen Simulator. Not going to be worried about it. And a nice little Scryer's Bloom from Hope. Going to spot out the clone, the lock moving over, so he knows to reset. He should be ulting that creep wave, though, before he resets. That's an easy ult, and then you just clear an extra creep wave. But
might have been killed by a clone, though, if he did.
Yeah, you can ult from so far away, it would be safe. But decides to just go for the tempo reset instead, defending at the top side of the map. And the name of the game, until Inferno hits Elder stacks, it is all just stall. It is stall, 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 try to get on the same item tier, try to knock off these Medjai stacks. If they can pick off Clone, that's a lot of lost move speed. If they can knock him under 10 stacks, he's going to lose, I would think it's 10% move speed buff. And he's going for either a Lich Bane, it's almost certainly a Lich Bane, and they know that he's going to be aggressive, so they have got Moss sitting in the side bush, forfeiting some of his potential jungle farm, but really it's just the Raptors, so not a lot to speak of in that case.
Well, and that's, with the name of the game being stall, 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 that makes this next dragon very important, because I think that's the ticket to Freylord being able to just run them down and in the game, to be honest. If they have Infernal Soul, it's like, what can you do? Caitlyn Infernal Soul, this lock, completely disgustingly fed on the clones playing. They absolutely have to find a way to win this next dragon, or at least not let the enemy take it for another 5 minutes instead of 2.
Yep, they need to buy as much time as physically possible. We will be watching these stacks. 197 now for Inferno. So just another skirmish and a couple creep waves, and he will have that, and that unlocks them to be able to potentially turn around a team fight. There's a lot of CC available. They've got the laser to be able to knock them low, but it's still only 2 items for Lux right now. 171, those 5 deaths are really adding up, keeping him from being able to keep the farm numbers up. Clone has abandoned farming, as we know he's wont to do in the mid-late game, but he is maintaining it through having 13 takedowns in this 17-kill game for the Frost, and so he doesn't really need it. Yep, still 3 levels up against his lane opponent, and the mid difference is showing, as we just need to see BCB hold on to dear life.
An engage there, bot side on Kaka. Nothing coming from it though.
Yep, Grand Entrance gonna find the knock-up, but I think very reasonably afraid to commit to the engage. And instead, Kaka will walk out a free man. We can see the vision line here being set up, really penning the Bucks into their base. The Frost have complete vision line set up across the board. They're able to defend this as well. Clone setting up on the top side. They're continuing to look for a flank, but as long as they are not taking a tower, the Bucks are okay with this. Of course, we can watch the Baron countdown, Baron timer countdown. Spawning now, 45 seconds to the dragon, and the Frost are trying to set up a kill bush.
And it looks like they're just going to instantly start Baron. I do not blame them at all, because this is another key that they could take to end the game. And it looks like there's going to be no attempt to prevent them from taking this Baron either. Again, is that a good call? Probably, because if they try to stop them from taking Baron and lose, then they might just lose the game.
211 stacks now for Inferno, picking up this mid wave as much as he can safely. 214, they really should give this Raptor camp over to him to help him get to that stack just a little bit sooner. But now with Dragon spawning in 1 second, this is Dragon's Soul. He needs his Elder Dragon buff to be able to do this, but now even harder to pick them up with the Baron buff.
Nope, it's clipped him, and he has Final Spark up.
Almost
gets him, but it's going to get...
Clone eviscerates him on the turnaround. Steel Nails connecting onto Shadow Kitten, but they're still on the run. Unstoppable will resist the Rupture, but Moss is over the wall. Not sure if he wants to go in quite yet. Looking for Clone. Unable to find it. Splash forward, Cyclone. He's chunked so low, so fast. Oh my goodness. But now Clone is still here. They've eviscerated Dark Jedi of Doom. He doesn't have the CC, but now the Infernal Soul over to Freljord Frost. And the Zenith Blade back in, cleansed out immediately. Ace in the hole, tanked up by Gemsy. Clone following the kill onto Inferno. The chase continues. Clone wants more. They find the last one, and that's an ace for the Freljord Frost. They've got Baron, they've got Elder Soul, and they're going to push down and end the winning streak for the Bucks.
Clone just took ace to Purgatory. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh, but the laser really
comes over the wall. He can't clear this wave, though, I don't think.
The laser 11 seconds annihilates Kalka. He's got to keep his distance. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. I know how petty he is. I know how petty he is, but that's gross to watch. Goodness gracious.
Call Clone Dante because he just took Vandal City Buckaroos to Purgatory.
Oh my goodness.